Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lila WebDev. So we are learning about the cluster module. So what is this cluster module? So previously I have shown you about this one, right? So now we have learned about the single threaded and all those things. So now let's try to learn about the cluster module in the Node.js. So now we know you understand that Node.js is a single threaded, right? So that is the main concept you need to understand. Now why do we need the cluster module? First of all, we need to understand the step one, this one. By default, Node.js runs in a single process and it uses only one CPU core. So that means whenever you go to the terminal or something like this, and here if you try to run the node, now this one, if you see in the activity monitor, okay, if you search for the node, so here it will be running only one. So here, yeah, frames it is running to kill both of this. Here I will be killing this one force quit, and this one also I will try to do the force quit. Okay, and here also it has been ended. Now let's try that I am running the node here. Now if you try to see only the one node process, it is running. So here Node.js runs in a single process. That means it uses only one core. Okay, even if your machine has 4, 8 or more cores, this means that only one core will be used for all the processing. So that means it can become a bottleneck for high traffic apps like an HTTP server. And your other course, whatever the course you are having, so those other course and all those things so will be sitting in the idle. So that is the main thing. So the other course will sit idle, wasting the processing power. So this is the main problem in the Node.js. Whenever you start a Node.js means it will utilize only one core only. Now here in the Mac, if it is going to the 100% means, so that one core has only gone to the 100%. If it goes 200% means then two cores has been used. So like this. Let's say that we'll try to see a simple real world example, and I am creating a new folder that is nothing but clustering. And here what I will be trying to do it is, so already we are using our Lila.js framework, right? So just Express.js utility thing I have published in the npm. So if you want, you can use this in this one Lila.js thing. So it's a basic minimal thing. So we will try to upgrade this one. So if you want to join as a collaborators or something like that, you can able to join it. So here let's try to install this Lila.js thing so that we can start our own thing. So here I will be running this one. So let's clear off this one all. So npm init -y. So I am starting this one all. Okay, and I will be installing the npm install Lila.js. So just I have installed the Lila.js thing. So let's try to install this one. So if you want to use it, you can use it, or otherwise if you don't want means you can leave it there. Not an issue. And here I will be creating a new file, something like server.js. Let's assume that I am creating a server.js file. It's all simple thing only. So what I will be trying to do it is, so here I will be trying to use constant Lila.js, okay, is equal to require of Lila.js framework. So I am using this one. So here let's try to create the Lila.js. So that is nothing but is equal to new Lila.js. So this is the framework which I will be trying to do. And here I can use the port. Port is nothing but 3000. I will be listening to the default port. And here Lila.js dot listen. So we will be having a method that is nothing but listen. And here you will be using this port. And here you can write console.log server is listening at port. If you want, you can also mention the port. If you don't mention what you mean is the host means it's by default it will be an by default it is a local host. So now here I will be writing the route. So first route is what I will be trying to do it is, so Lila.js dot route of, so first the get request, and also I'll be having the home, so slash, and here you will be getting the request and also the response. So the both you will be getting it, and here I can do the response dot, and you can use req. Okay, here also you can use res. Here response dot json of, so here I can do message hello from server. Just I am sending the JSON response hello from server. So this is the thing which I will be trying to send it. So now we have created our thing. So this code only runs on one core only. Even if your CPU has many, so under heavy load also many users performance suffers. So let's try to run this code. So I will be running this one, node server.js file. So server is listening at the port 3000, and if you try to open this one here somewhere, localhost colon 3000, so you'll be able to see that hello from server. So that means we are able to successfully run this one. Now if you try to see here, we are running the node, right? And if you see in the activity monitor, I think in the terminal we are using the node REPL, I think. Okay, let's try to exit it, this one. So I'm exiting this one. So that means here only we are having only the one node. So this one node is nothing but the localhost 3000. So this node is running in only one core. Even if your CPU is having many cores also, it is running on one core. So that means if you are having heavy load, something like that, many users are opening that means the performance suffers. So let's try to see about this one. The solution for this one is the cluster module. The cluster module allows you to fork the multiple processes, okay, workers that run the same server code. So the same server code which you are trying to run the same code, so it will be ran multiple times. These workers can share the same port. So this port will be shared by the same the workers. Each worker uses a different CPU core, making full use of all the cores. Thinking of think of it something like running the copies of your server on each CPU core to handle the more requests at the same time. So what is the meaning of this one? So what I was trying to tell you is, so now this one is the node, this one is the Node.js code which is running in the one core only, right? So let's say that I am having 8 cores or 4 cores or something like that. I will be having the 4 cores. So if you run the same Node.js code in all the 4 cores, that means running 4 times. Then what it will try to do, once this one is full means, so then the other will be taken care, right? So this one is will be done by the clustering. So I will try to tell you about the real time scenario. Okay. So this by using this one, by using this one, so that is a core reason why the cluster module exists. So let's try to see about this one. So now, for example, let's say that here we are having the another one, something like Leela JS dot route. I will be using something like get request, and here I will be using slash heavy. So I will be operating here heavy operations. Let's say that request comma response. Okay, I will be using the request comma response and all those things. Then you will be able to understand. So now here what I would be trying to do it is, so that you can able to understand clearly. Now what I would be trying to say is, so here you may be getting a doubt in such a way that how come you say that Node.js is running on the single core only. I will try to show you a simple example for this one. So we are running this Leela.js root 80 heavy, right? And here I will loop over the loop. So that means it is performing some heavy operations. For let I is equal to 0 and I less than, let's say that 1 E9. 1 E9 means 1 followed by 9 zeros. So I plus plus. So this is the same simple example for loop. It is running it. So I am not writing any logic. And at the last, I will try to do, so I'll try to send the response. So here I can send the response in such a way that message done. That's it. So this is the message which I was trying to. So now I will try to run this heavy thing. So let's restart the server. And here let's go to here. So in this first port, so I will run the heavy. Okay. So I am running this heavy port. So now it is telling, okay, it has been done very quickly, I think. So now let's try to check it with load by. I have used it. Okay. And let's try to see here. We'll try to run it again. And if I try to run this one, it's very fast. I think the system is very, I don't know why, for let I is equal to 0, I less than, I'll be using I plus plus. Okay, so this should block the CPU. So let's try to add 2 more zeros, and I will run the CPU server again. Let's see. Fast. Not. So let's try to see it again. Now it is taking time. See, now it is taking time to load it. Now if I try to run something, another local host colon 3000, okay, so if I try to press enter, so we are not getting any output. So here, why? Because the node.js is busy in executing the process. So now here, if you try to see here, we are not getting any output. So this is the thing. So here the server blocks the event loop. So here the server is blocking the event loop on purpose for every request. So here for every request, the event loop is getting executed. So that's why it is getting so much thing. So open your new terminal, and if you run this localhost 3000 means, so it is taking too much time and we are not able to get a simple request here. So until and unless this request is finished, then only we can able to see. And if you try to see in the activity monitor, and this one is executing 100%, so then the CPU core is utilizing 100% means, so that means it is using 100% means one core it is utilizing fully. So that is one thing which you need to understand. And at the last, it will tell you the message is done or something like that. So now the request response one after the another, not in parallel. So that means here once the request is finished, then only this request will be handled. This is because the event loop is blocked. So I have blocked the event loop. Only one thread is handling all the requests. So if you try to check it in the activity monitor in the macOS also, so we can able to see that node process is utilizing 100% of our core. We have seen it. So Mac has per core CPU, 100% means one full core, 200% means two cores. If you see 100% means you are using only one core. Even if your CPU has 4 or 8 cores, if you are using still 100 only means, then it is utilizing only one core. Okay, so that is what I can explain. So now that is what I want to explain you. So now we can able to understand. Let me try to do this one. I will try it again. Let's try to see this one again. I think up this one and run it again. So now we are able to get this one, right? Let's try to run the same thing here. The same thing / heavy. So I am running this one. So now this one is getting executed. By that time, if I try to refresh this page, so this went into a loop. And now here this got it, and now this request also has been served. So this is how the Node.js we can able to understand that it is running only in the one CPU core. So this is what I want to explain you. So this is what will happen when you are running your Node.js process. So that means when you are running the high CPU tasks or something like that, so then the Node.js will not handle other requests, so that we can able to understand that the requests and all those things are running in only one single thread process. That is the thing, but the event loop is busy in executing this for loop. So until and unless this for loop is resolved, so the event loop will not handle, or the thread will not handle another request. So this is the performance issue. So the Node.js, so that is the performance issue. In order to overcome this issue, so we will be using the cluster module. So why we use this cluster module? In order to, so we will be running this Node.js instance instead of in one core, we will be running this Node.js instances in multiple cores. So that means the Node.js, the same code will be running in the multiple cores. So that if you are having 10 cores means, so you will be running in the 10 multiple instances will be handled. If one instance is busy in this executing the event loop means, the other instance will take care of the request. So like this, by using the cluster module, we can able to do it. So in the next video, we will try to see how we can set up this cluster module so that we can handle this instance, handle the Node.js instance multiple things, and also handling this request also we'll try to see. So that's it guys about this brief introduction about this cluster module. Hope you have a clear understanding about this, why we need this cluster module. So why we need to use the cluster module to handle the requests. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.